Hello, welcome to Word Module 1. The first assignment we will work with is called Technology for Communication Navigation. Once you open the document, you'll see up in the very top in blue, the title bar, the name of this file, Technology for Communication Navigation. You have to the left of it your quick access toolbar that has the floppy save, undo, redo, and then the down arrow for more options to customize your access toolbar. You have your search box, your the author name, you. You also have your ribbon display options, minimize, maximize, or restore, and close. The default tab is set for home, and everything that's related to the document that you would change most frequently is under the Home tab, meaning the clipboard that you use frequently, font, anything that has to do with changing the font type or style, paragraph alignment, styles, editing, if you wanted voice sensitivity and editor. These are all on the Home tab, which is the default setting. If you wanted to get more specific with the font choices, you could select the dialog box launcher, and everything that has to do with the font is in here. So you can select a specific font, a style, a size, a color, other special effects, and whatever you select here, you get a live preview of what it would look like to your text. So I'll cancel out of here. As we look at this document, it's flashing at the very beginning of the document, and we're going to experiment with how to navigate this document. But before we do that, if you look down at the bottom left corner, it says page 1 of 3, and it's 641 words. So that's called a status bar. So on the left-hand side, it shows you how many pages it is and how many words it is. There's also an icon with a book in it, and that's a spell check. If it has an X in it, they're indicating that there's a spelling error in this document. If it had a check mark, then there would be no errors. On the status bar on the far right, you have an open book, which is read mode. What we're in right now is print layout, and then web layout. And then you have your zoom to either zoom in or out. So the first thing we do if we want to look at the document is you could just hover to the vertical scroll bar and just hold and drag down. And as you do that, you'll notice that when it changes to page 2, you'll see the screen tip on the right-hand side telling you now you're on page 2. And you keep going, and then you'll be on page 3. So you can actually lean on the scroll bar and drag it up. Some people actually use the arrows. You can just click in the scroll bar and it moves up. So you don't have to actually drag it. You can just click in it. So if I went all the way to the end, I can also use keyboard shortcuts. So I could press page up, and it takes me to the top of page 3. I could press page up again. It takes me halfway to page 2, and again would be the top of page 2, so it's like in half increments. Or if I wanted to get to the very last paragraph on page 3, if I hold Control and press the navigation key that spells END, end, it'll take me to the very end. And the same thing, if I wanted to go to the beginning, I would hold Control and press Home. So Control N takes me to the end. If I do page up, it takes me to the top in portions. But if I use Control page up, it takes me to the very beginning of that page. So the navigation, you could use the scroll bar, or you could use the navigation buttons, or you could even just use your arrow keys. Control Home is the most frequently used because it gets you back to the beginning really quick. There's other ways that you can navigate, and that would be on the Home tab, way over in the far right in the editing, is to click Find, which is the magnifying glass, or you could press Control F. What opens on the left-hand side is Navigation window, and there are 3 tabs. It's showing for results, asking you what do you want to look for. If I type the word communication, it will tell me that there are 5 results of the word communication, and you can see them all highlighted here. If I change the word to success, it'll show that there's 2 of them. So any word that you wanted to see where it was located, it would show you here how many results and in what paragraph they're located, or you could use your arrows to look for them. So I'll type another one. There's 7 of the results of the word district, and again, you could search through them, and it goes to each one. You can close your navigation of searching for specific words, and then let's try headings. So headings, and I'll do the Control Home, it shows you the side headings, communication essentials. If I wanted to go technology is universal, I just click it and it takes me right to technology is universal. I want to go to the last one, it takes me right to that side heading. So this is a quick way to get to the side headings to that particular paragraph. That's under headings. You could also look at pages. And pages, if I make this smaller, it would put them underneath each other. And these are mini thumbnails of the particular page. That's page 1, page 3, and page 2. The more pages you have, the scroll bar would get smaller. So I'm going to go back to headings. And I'm at the beginning, so I'll Control Home. And if you look at the second side heading, it's the conclusion. So that really should be at the end of this 3-page paper, this document. It shouldn't be on page 1. So you could actually select this paragraph, cut it, and then go to a new location and paste it. Or you could just click it so that it's selected and just hold with the left mouse and just drag it down so it's the last side heading. And there it is at the end of the document. There is an extra enter here. I'm just going to press delete. So that's a quick way to move it using navigation. So I'll Control Home again to get to the top, and it's changed so it's no longer at the first page. So navigation, I just closed out of it, is Control F or click Find. Or you could choose View and select Navigation Pane. So there's a lot of ways to open it. So Control F, or I could choose on the Home tab, Find, or I could also click View and check mark Navigation, and even uncheck it to turn it off. So I'll go back to the Home page, the Home tab. So selecting text. So let's say I wanted the word success in bold. If I hover over it with the I-beam, it looks like a capital letter I. If I were to start typing, maybe I wanted to add something after another sentence, my I-beam is right here. So if I start typing, it's in the title. I would have to actually click after another so that the flashing cursor I-beam is after another, and then start typing. So you have to make sure that the I-beam is where you want to add new text. So if I want to select a word, I want success in bold, I'm just hovering with the I-beam and just double click, and it selects the word. So double click when you're hovering over a word, selects the word. If you wanted to select more than one, I would click Success and keep that selected, hold Control and double click Successful. And if I wanted something else, and then I could put them all in bold at the same time. If I wanted to select an entire paragraph, anywhere in that paragraph, triple click. It does the whole paragraph. So if you're in a different paragraph, triple click. Double is a word, triple is a paragraph. Now if you're selecting 2 words, let's say I wanted district community, I don't have to be at the immediately to the left of the D in district. I can be anywhere in the word district, and as I hold and drag, it'll automatically select both of them. So I'll do that again. Doesn't matter where you are, it knows that you want the whole word. Another one that's pretty useful is if you want to select an entire sentence from the first word to the punctuation mark. Let's say I wanted to select even though there are many, this particular sentence. I would hold Control and just one click any word in that sentence, and it does the entire sentence. So hold and click one word in a sentence, and it'll select the entire sentence. So double click is a word, triple click is a paragraph, and if you hold and click, it's a sentence. That's within the document. If you take the mouse and go over to the far left, it changes to an arrow, and it's the left-hand margin. It's called the selection area. So if you come over here and you just click, it just does one line, just one line. And you could also do one line and hold and drag. If out here, again, once is just a line. If you're out here and you double click, in here would be a word. If you're out here and you double click, it's the paragraph. So if I'm out here and I double click, it's the paragraph. If I'm in here, double click, it's the word. Another one, triple click out here, is the entire 3 pages. Everything's selected. So triple click out here is the entire 3 pages. Or you could choose, I'll go back to the top, Control Home. I could choose select all. And when I hover over it, I see the shortcut is Control A. So I could just click select all, or Control and the letter A, and it selects everything. That's if you wanted to change the font size or the font type for the entire document, Control A. So a few more things with this introductory to the interface of Word. The biggest thing was navigating the document, reading the information in the title bar and in the status bar, and then using your Find navigation window so you could look for, I can close that out, particular words, headings, pages, navigating through a document quickly. We did move that last conclusion paragraph so that it's the end of the 3 pages, and you can close it out. So let's say you wanted to print it quickly and you wanted to add that feature in your quick access toolbar. When you click this down arrow to customize it, right now what's showing is the save, undo, and redo. So I'm going to click quick print, and then you just have to go back to it, and I'm going to choose print, preview, and print. And the difference between the two, this looks like an icon of a picture of a printer. What it would do is it would just automatically, when you click this, send it right to the printer. You don't get to see what it looks like, how it falls on each page. It's just sent to the printer. This is the one that's more helpful. It's print, preview, and print. So when you click that, it takes you to the print area so you can look at page 1, how it falls on the page. Notice it's got a top margin of 1 inch, bottom 1, left and right are also 1 inch. Down here I can scroll through the rest of it to see page 2 and page 3. And then if it looks fine, I would go ahead and print it. But I'm just going to go back. So I will remove the quick print. And I would like to add numbering, because I put everything in numbering order. So it is not an option here, but if you go to more commands, you can choose popular commands or all commands, but I'll stay with popular. And I'm looking for numbering. So I think there it is, numbering, select it and click add, and it goes over to your list. So you could add as many as you want, and it'll show up on your quick access toolbar. And there's the numbering feature. Another thing, if you wanted to, most quick access toolbars are in the title bar at the very top, but if you wanted to move it, you could put it below the ribbon, so it's right here. But I'm going to put it back to above the ribbon. and we'll continue with more features in the next